Do you find that girls are more interested in you or less because of the teeth?
Depending on where I am. So if they're not interested, I take them off.
Okay. Do you ever find like that there are people who are like, oh yeah, keep those on?
Definitely, all the time.
Okay, cool. It works. I mean, it's a different look.
Yeah.
Can you eat with them?
Not food.
Not food?
Not food.
Okay. I don't even want to know where we're going with that one.
Were those real? Like,
the way we
did he
appear
file
in
those?
public, people think that we're not of anything positive. We walk with no shirts, we look muscular, we got tattoos, so people think that we're from jail or something like that, and we never touched jail a day in our lives.
When you see these guys, what's your first thought?
Well, I'm very Afrocentric, and like I'm for going back to tribe. And this is the strength of the tribe and the youth and the power, and to pass down to the youth, to be strong and healthy instead of broken down.
Example, set a positive example.
This is just part of style now, you get what I'm saying? Tattoos, fitted jeans, tight shirts, time changed.
Just because.
And men should be proud of themselves. You're not walking around with concolines and
Okay, talking about that, women should be proud. Now you got your shirts off. What would you say if you saw a woman walking by, very proud of her body, with her breasts hanging out and her, her rear end on display? Is she a hoe?
Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York.
For me personally, like I could never just like dress plain, and because that's not me. I feel like I'm lying. Like I'm like lying about who I am if I don't dress how I mean, I don't think you should go out with your tits out and shit like that. That's kind of,
Unless they're pierced.
Yeah. I mean, if that's the kind of thing you're going for, then yeah, why not?
Float on, float on.
Yep, oldies, Sunday fun day.
You're only like old school style? I'm getting this whole look.
I'm all styles.
Okay, I see you do have the dunks.
Yeah.
But what are those girls, like the Suicide Girls?
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
You into that?
I am into that.
Where can I see pictures of you?
Where everybody else can, and everybody else's pictures, Facebook.
Would some of these pictures that you posted be like, my mom would be like, ooh, I don't know about that one.
I'm classy, sorry.
You're classy? Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you think credibility comes from? Is it one's appearance? Is it their style?
I think first it's their style at first glance, and then it's personality afterwards, how you carry yourself.
What do you think when you see me? Like, what am I saying to you?
What you're all about. All about your own fashion and hip-hop, like, so yeah.
You answered that perfectly, like I almost didn't pay you to say it.
I mean, you're going to be judged basically on your appearance, and what should that be the case? No, I mean, probably not, but in a perfect world it wouldn't happen, but we don't live in a perfect world.
It all depends on the person and how they wear it. If a person has class, you could tell. But sometimes there are people that could dress up and they're trying to work a look, and some of them feel that they're all that. And that's not me. When I dress up because it makes me feel good and it makes me feel like I'm somebody.
Somebody that I
Can you do a
used to
headstand?
know.
No.
Okay. You can only do so much. How does
Smallest
one
glasses.
giving an image like this keep this going? Like, where is this?
Like this?
Yeah.
That my whole life is dedicated to this. I created the word retro age. I made it up and I own it.
Nice.
And I decided to dance and have sex for the rest of my life. And then I do talk about God. And I think that I channel fantastic energy. And then it's my great joy to put it out in the world. I love it.
I got a lot of stank face yesterday, like because
Really?
I was a little bit sluttier yesterday because it was not like the kid day, and I got a lot of stank face from women, which
Really?
means I must have really looked good.
Yeah.
So they were just like, oh, bitch.
Was it like more tape pulling it up? Or?
Yeah, there was I used carpet tape.
Nice.
And carpet tape and like a push-up bra and like barely there. Like I had like ass cutouts. It was just like.
Thank you so much for dressing up like that. Thank you. No, really. Do you think that someone's appearance or the way they dress affect their status?
Yeah, it depends on what gratitude which they given.
Okay, what?
They're just like, is their status is awful, stupid or crazy or nothing else.
First appearance is last in appearance, right?
Okay.
You see someone who looks good, who presents themselves, upstanding and everything, you're gonna get a good first impression that person is apparently someone's sound that you can deal with.
Anybody can put on a suit and tie. Anybody can put on a hoodie. It's things that will easily change. I mean, what's inside is what is harder to change, and that's the stuff that matters.
At the end of the day is how humble you are and how you reach out to people, you get what I'm saying, and what you give back. Because you could judge me and say, oh, this guy has a whole bunch of tattoos, but you got to get to know me.
It's not just the way you dress, it's about the way you carry yourself, your character. Speaks for itself. And nowadays, everybody's stereotyped just because the way people dress, that they're not the same as them.
Even a guy like Kanye and, you know, guys like Jay-Z, they have a very, you know, they all go behind this kind of idea of upward mobility and onward and upward. And, you know, I can dress, you know, like a businessman and walk around New York, but that shit don't get you stopped from getting harassed by the police or anything like that. You know, you step out of the house looking like me or you, and your chances for that shit go skyrocket.
Do you feel, you know, with the way a lot of these kids look, can you really relate to them? Can you give them credibility, even if they are saying things that you agree with based on their appearance?
I can't condone anybody who walks around with their pants sagging because there's no logic to it. You understand? I stop kids on the street every day and I ask them, what is the logic of you wearing your pants with a belt when your pants are sagging? I ask them, where does it come from? And a lot of them don't even know.
Outside of your skin, there's your clothing and the way you adorn yourself, and then there's the things we surround ourselves with. And
What are you portraying yourself as?
I wore this last night, actually.
Oh, okay, hey, you know, from the club to the church. Do you feel that you should have to change your appearance for wherever you want to go in life? No?
No. Yes, like it depends, I guess. You know, if you're going to with like your parents and stuff, or some, you know, let's say you're trying to go for a job, you gotta make sure you fit in professional-wise.
Well, you're asking the right guy because I'm a stylist and I have my own custom clothing company and I dress a lot of affluent people in the city. And dressing is everything. It says a lot about who you are. When you walk out of that house or apartment, you're presenting yourself to the world. But for like a business, you know, a guy trying to make it, graduating college and
What
has
does
to go
it
in the
say
business
about
world.
you? That
know,
you care
gotta,
about other
you know,
people's
set the bar.
opinions,
You got to
maybe?
look better than the next guy that's coming in because it's an advantage.
Like, what would you wear if you were getting really professionally dressed?
What would I wear?
Yeah.
Oh, why would you answer a question like that? I wear silk, my silk dress.
What about when your doctor comes in and he's got like tattoos up his arm onto his neck?
I would stay with that doctor because I would think he was awesome. Like, oh, sweet.
Yeah, that's like doctor for life.
I'm a teacher's assistant at Old Dominion University.
I would totally go to that school. If you dress like that, I am there.
I dress like this all the time, actually. Not very different from this, so.
Do they take you seriously?
It depends on the people, it's the situation. It's a little hesitant, but it's also can be an icebreaker. So it just depends on the person you're interacting with.
Do you think that if you were to have like a legitimate argument, it kind of goes out the window in a Robin outfit?
As Robin, yes. Having walked about 30 blocks in this city, I could say flat out nobody takes you seriously when you're wearing a costume like this.
Where do you actually have room for your package?
My package.
Yeah. If you saw somebody like you at a bank, would you be like, cool, or does it matter to you?
Yeah, it depends on the context and, you know, the place.
If somebody's dressed like you and they're like, sir, would you like singles, 20s, or, you know, hundreds, could you take them serious?
I could certainly take them serious, but I'm a very peculiar person.
Are you guys ready to dance with me? I love your hair care products. They're working. Did you guys purposely grow your hair the same length? Are you guys sisters, twins, cousins? Cousins. Okay, like, all right, I'll see you there.
At a certain point, you decide, are you going to actually be who you are, authentically and bravely, courageously and with valor, and also communicate life force? You make that decision.
I can feel God in here. I can feel God in here.
What obstruction?
I can feel God in this man. He wants to believe.
He wants to believe in the God Gamer. Sal HS with a tier 3, 59 months, 7 years of following and almost 5 years sub. Take this money, you need this more than me, Mr. 118 Forsen Happy.